Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. Hey, I'm going to be making some chicken cacciatore tonight. Going to be using a couple different colors of bell peppers, some onions, garlic, fresh tomatoes, and of course the chicken. You would also traditionally put mushrooms in this, but my wife's not a fan of the mushrooms, so I'm not putting mushrooms in. So let me get to it. So I know I've shown you how to break down chickens a million times before, but what I really want to show you is this new knife I got at Costco actually. It's hammer forged in Germany. It's a Williams knife, Williams Executive Chef Series knife. And actually it ranks up there, because I used a lot of different knives, it ranks up there with the Hinkels, the Foschners, and the Tridents. So some of the good forged knives. So let me show you how nice it cuts. You can see it does cut really nice. Let me break this down properly. So first thing you do when taking out a chicken, of course, is you pop the legs off. And that's easily done. Just follow the bones. Make sure you cut long and catch this little dimple of meat right here called an oyster. And there's one on the other side too. Try to catch them both. And then you can just cut right along the bone and pull in there. You got the legs. Now for the other legs, the same thing. Just cut down around. Make sure you catch that oyster. And pull. It comes right out. Just cut off the extra fat. Take a wing, you just cut around the wing. And pop it. Comes out in a second. Same with the other wing. Helps to have a really nice sharp knife, like I said. And this one's been holding up pretty good. I've cut bone with it. It's been cutting bone pretty good. It really flies through the flesh, and it's held an edge now for about 3 months without any issues. And that's how you take a breast off. You just follow along the backbone, and the breast will come right off. See? Follow the pin bones back down. But yeah, this knife has held up really well to my abuse, and I abuse knives. Alright, and you can keep this for stock. I have gallons of stock right now because I've been going crazy, so I'm not keeping this. And now, all you do to pop the leg apart is find the joint, loosen it up, cut right along the joint, and come right apart. You can find the joint, a little pop, and they come right apart. And that's how quick and easy it is to break down a chicken. Now we make some quick work of these veggies. Just takes a second to break the veggies down. We're going to cut these into a large dice. Get that later. Well, you've seen me do this, so let me cut ahead. Now that I got the chicken done and the veggies all cut up, I'm just going to mince a few cloves of garlic. I have 5 cloves here, 4 large and 1 small. It's up to you how much you want to do. I like a good garlic flavor on this, so I'm going to put a little more than, I don't know, some people would. But with any of my recipes, you can modify them or do whatever you'd like to do with them. Now to get a stronger garlic flavor, what you can do, this may seem strange, but what you do is, you get your garlic, you add a little salt to it, kind of acts as an abrasive, and then you just come back with the back of the spoon and crush it up a little bit. Right in with the salt. And this will really intensify the garlic flavor because you really get all the garlic out of that, all the garlic oil out of that when you go to saute it. Perfect. Now I have a large pan here. Over high heat, I'm going to add olive oil. to the bottom. Now I've salted and peppered my chicken, and now as soon as this oil gets hot, I'm going to brown my chicken in this oil. Now that I got the oil good and hot, so I have my chicken well salted and peppered, I'm just going to put all this in here, skin side down first. Now all we're trying to do is brown the skin on this point. We're not really trying to cook it at all. I mean, we're cooking it, but you know what I mean. We're just trying to brown it, get some flavor. So we'll just go for about 5 minutes and brown. So I flipped the chicken over. You can see it's starting to get a nice brown on the skin. As soon as I get it browned on both sides, I'm going to yank this chicken out of here. Now that we've pulled the chicken out and set aside, we're going to add the garlic and let that start to melt down and cook up a little bit. As soon as you got the garlic cooked and toasted down a little bit, we're going to add all these vegetables right to that there. So I'm going to add a handful of dry basil. If you have fresh basil, you can add fresh basil, of course, but you would do that later in the cooking process. But since we're sauteing, I'm going to add some dry basil to that right now. Give that a good stir. I'm also going to add some of my seasoned salt to this. This is the seasoned salt that I make, not a store brand. I think there's a video somewhere in my videos on how to make this. And you can see how large the dice is on all these different vegetables, and look at the pretty colors. Now we can see we've got these vegetables cooked down quite a bit. And we're just going to add the chicken we previously browned right on top of the vegetables. And any juices that drip from the chicken, we're going to add those juices right back to the pan as well. Now with this, I'm going to add some beef stock. I know that may seem strange, but that is traditional cacciatore is with beef stock. So I'm going to add, I don't know, how much ever this is, half of this, 32 ounces, so 16 ounces, a good cup, couple of cups. I'm also going to add some tomato sauce. These are just ready sliced tomatoes, but what I'm going to do is just get my stick blender and just blend these up. And I'll just add those 2 cans of tomatoes right to the pot there. The last thing I'm going to add is I'm going to mince up about 3/4 of a head of some broadleaf Italian parsley and add that right to this. You see that minced down pretty good, so I'm just going to add this right to that. What I'll do at this point is lower it down, stir everything in a little bit. Cover this and let this go for about 45 minutes and then we'll check it. So it's been about an hour This is what we got. There's a little fat on top. You can just skim the fat off the top. There we go. You got the chicken all cooked through and vegetables all cooked down. Take this off. And now what I'm doing is I'm boiling up some pasta. I'm just boiling up some penne pasta. And I'm going to plate this up with some penne pasta. Now I'll just toss the pasta with some olive oil and some Parmesan cheese. So I'll show you that in just one sec. One thing I did forget to do is check this for taste, for seasoning. I know it's shy on salt. Definitely. I can taste it needs salt, so I'm going to add a quarter teaspoon of salt to that. Also going to add some fresh cracked black pepper. And just stir that all in. I'm going to come back to a simmer just for a second, and then that'll melt all the salt in there. So here's my penne pasta. All I'm going to do is dress it with some olive oil. And I have some fresh Parmesan Reggiano. And just put some of this on top. Good toss. There we go. Now I'm ready to plate. I can hold that. Now I'm ready to plate this up. So there you go, guys. Chicken cacciatore. All you need is a nice piece of sourdough bread to go with that. And that's about all for me for today. Thanks for watching, and as always, God bless. Have a great day.